Good afternoon. This is your coronavirus headquarters update. I'm Jordan FREMSTAD. The Trump administration is laying out ways states can reopen sooner, including an increase in testing. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Trump is meeting with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in the Oval Office as states begin to lay out their plans for reopening.
We recommend that they do it as quickly as possible, but safely. We want everyone to be safe.
Monday, the White House released what it calls a blueprint to increase testing. CBS News has learned the federal government is expected to supply states enough tests to screen 2% of their population each month. It still leaves testing plans to individual states, but some health experts say the federal government should take the lead.
I would much rather have them decide what are the policies for surveillance screening, who should be tested, how we do our testing, and how we prevent a significant second wave from happening than leave it to the states at the present time.
While the White House says states should follow medical guidelines to reopen, the Department of Justice could be taking states to court over shutdown orders. Attorney General William Barr sent this memo to U.S. Attorneys General directing them to be on the lookout for state and local directives that could be violating the constitutional rights and civil liberties of individual citizens.
He doesn't want people to be held up when there's no reason for doing it. In some cases, perhaps it's too strict. He wants to make sure people have their rights and they maintain their rights.
President Trump is scheduled to hold an event this afternoon with some small businesses receiving help through the Paycheck Protection Program. But hundreds of thousands are still waiting for relief, and the rush of applications crashed the online portal just minutes after the program reopened Monday.
The launch this week was a little frustrating. You have banks that are desperate to help their millions of small business customers and clients all across the country.
The program is also under scrutiny for who got loan approval in the first round. The Los Angeles Lakers, one of the latest to return the money. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin says the government will perform a full audit on any company taking out more than $2 million from the small business loan program. Vice President Mike Pence is in Minnesota today to see the state's efforts on expanding COVID-19 testing firsthand. He plans on touring Mayo Clinic in Rochester to speak with staff about research and treatment. Pence's visit highlights the collaboration between the University of Minnesota, state health departments, and Mayo.
They're actually collaborating to perform 20,000 molecular tests and 15,000 antibody tests per day. And I'm looking forward to traveling to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota to learn firsthand from the governor about their efforts across the state to expand testing.
The vice president's visit comes as the Trump administration announces a new goal to test at least 2% of the U.S. population for COVID-19. Across Minnesota, there are more than 4,100 infections and more than 300 people have died from the virus, but more than 1,900 people in the state are no longer needing isolation. In Winona County, a 14th death is being reported at this time. At least 24 people have recovered. In Iowa, there are 86 cases in Allamakee County. At least 31 have recovered. Across the state, there are more than 6,300 cases. 136 have died. More than 2,100 people in the state have recovered. Some non-essential businesses in Wisconsin are preparing for tomorrow's partial reopening under a new order signed by Governor Tony Evers. Businesses will be able to do curbside drop-off of goods and services. They must operate free of contact by providing online over-the-phone payment in order to maintain social distancing guidelines.
Every business across our state can do things like deliveries, mailings, curbside pickup, and curbside drop-off. So, for example, whether you're an upholsterer, a taxidermist, a dog groomer, or you rent recreational equipment like kayaks, paddle boats, or canoes, you'll be able to provide some of those services under our new order.
As you think of going out to do some of those things like boating and kayaking, La Crosse County Health Department Director Jen Rumbalski points out that it won't be business as usual. You should still practice social distancing, and you won't be allowed to go inside any of these businesses.
Outdoor recreational rentals, so minimum basic operations may include rental of recreational equipment, which may include but not be limited to boats, kayaks, canoes, paddle boats, golf carts, snowmobiles, and ATVs. Customers must remain outside the business or facility, and the rented equipment must be cleaned after each use.
The reopening tomorrow not only includes outdoor businesses, but small engine repair shops and automated car washes, among others. But again, it's only for what's called minimum basic operations. Rumbalski also points out that if you have any ideas to improve the safe reopening of local businesses, you can always share your ideas with them by going to their Facebook page and sending them a direct message. Winona Health is offering expanded COVID-19 testing. Testing is open for those showing signs of COVID-19, as well as those who may have been in contact with someone infected. The location is one of 127 clinics and healthcare facilities across the state. A new COVID-19 testing site is now open in Sparta. Mayo's new location is in addition to the health system's drive-through testing in La Crosse. The site is open weekdays from noon until 4 in the afternoon. Starting tomorrow, Black River Memorial Hospital will begin increasing the number of COVID-19 tests. Any patients with mild symptoms should call their primary care provider to see if they meet the criteria to be tested. Anyone who contacted the hospital previously is encouraged to call again if they are still experiencing symptoms. We want to thank you so much for joining us for this coronavirus update, and you can always get the latest information anytime on our website at news8000.com or by downloading our mobile app. And we hope to see you tonight at 5, 6, and 10. Take care.